What's going on, everyone? Bobbybarks here, and welcome back to my FM24 Journeyman Series. This is episode 26. We're going into season 20, and this will be the last episode of this series. Something that started off M23 that we ported across to FM24, and we've been all the way around the globe. We've kind of done the Pentagon Challenge while we've been doing it. So we've won the Champions League in Asia, Africa, North America and South America. We've just not won it in Europe. But I'm hoping that with this final season, we will finally claim victory in the European Champions League. We're with Liverpool at the minute. We finished third last season, which was disappointing. We won the league the season before, but we had a last game capitulation, didn't we? Against Brentford, who still got relegated, but we lost the game, which if we'd have won the league, but it was very tight between us, Newcastle, Chelsea and Aston Villa. So third place it was. We didn't get the sack. I thought that might have come because we went out early in the Champions League, and I think the only thing we won was a domestic cup, League Cup or FA Cup. So yeah, we've survived the summer, and I'm going to jump forward now and show you what transfer business we did over the summer transfer window in the off-season. As we were progressing through the off-season, this popped up, and it's something that started before I arrived at Liverpool. They were planning on building a new stadium and relocating to it, so they have left Anfield and gone to a new stadium that's called the Jurgen Klopp Arena, which is quite funny. But obviously in this particular universe, Klopp didn't leave when he's going to leave in real life at the end of this football season. He's due to leave Liverpool, isn't he? But obviously in the Football Manager world, he didn't leave. He stayed for many more years and became one of Liverpool's greatest ever managers. So the new stadium is built and named after Klopp. It's an all-seater stadium, boasts undersoil heating, has room for 80,000 supporters, nearly 81,000 supporters, and can be expanded up to just short of 90,000. I do ask them to do that later in the season and increase the capacity of the stadium, and they do agree to do that. They pump about 56 million into expanding it up to that 90,000 mark, but we're not going to be here to see that. This is our last season as contract with Liverpool expires at the end of this season, so we're going to retire, I think, or maybe ride off to Indonesia. And in my head I'm thinking, I'm not going to do any videos or play any games about it, but in my head I'm thinking we'll ride off to Indonesia and do another couple of years out at Persicat, who gave us our shots in management in the Indonesian league. I think they've been relegated back to League 2 as well, after all that good work we did 20 years ago, getting them up into League 1 and making them Indonesian champions. But yeah, I think it would be a nice way to close out a career, is to go back to the club that gave you that starting point. And like I say, I'm not going to do any videos or even do it off camera. I'm not going to go do that, but you know, let's just all pretend that's what happens. We ride off back to Indonesia and take back over Persicat. Alright, I'll jump forward to the end of the summer transfer window now, and we'll see what business we've done. Okay, I did most of the business before the season ticked over, so I did most of it in the early part of June, and we did make some significant signings. I don't know why. Does your FM do this? It jumps down to the bottom rather than staying up at the top. So we spent quite a bit of money. I bought in Jadon Shalstrate from Arsenal for 223 million. And if you remember, if you've been with me on this Journeyman series, we had a stint as an international manager at Belgium, and we won the World Cup. And Jadon Shalstrate was our main man. He was the centre midfielder that just bossed the World Cup, and he is a world-class player in this particular save. And he obviously took a lot of money to get him out of Arsenal, but I had it available at that time, so I don't think I've ever bought a player for that value before in Football Manager, but I really wanted him, and I just think with him and Neymar Buck in centre midfield, they'll be unstoppable. they'll be unstoppable. They'll be fantastic. So Shalstrate's bought in, for those of you that remember him. Let's just have a quick look at him. Look how good he is. He's absolutely world class. We've had to pay him £400,000 a week, but I mean, those attributes are incredible. He's an absolute world of a talent. So the next guy I brought in, again, look, it's jumping back down to the bottom. Does my box in this? The next guy we bought in was a left winger. So we have Marin, who plays left wing, but I wanted another elite winger. And this guy fit the bill, Kabiru. So we brought him in. He's actually better than Marin, I think, or at least on par. And I think he can go from strength to strength as well and be a world-class winger for us. I did look at homegrown players, and both Shalstrate and Kabiru qualify as homegrown. So if you remember in the last video, I was struggling, wasn't I, for the quota for Europe. Whereas this lad, who's had a lot of money spent on him in a short space of time, this lad must have spent some of his primary years at Southampton, his younger years. So he qualifies as homegrown, and likewise with Shalstrate, he also qualifies as homegrown. So I'm assuming, he must have been at Arsenal for 3 years between the ages of 18 and 21. So that's why I bought them. So you might be looking at them thinking, well, you bought more foreigners, that's not going to help. But actually, they do qualify as homegrown. Stan Nielsen, again, qualifies as homegrown. He had a £64 million release clause in his contract. He looks very, very good. I wanted another striker, and this guy kind of fit the bill. Like I say, qualifies as homegrown, spent some years at Chelsea there, before he went out to Germany, and I brought him back. Got quite a good record in Germany, and his attributes look really good. And I just thought, for £64 million, no, it's a lot of money, but we had it available, I'll just go buy him. And he fits us like a glove. He's exactly what I wanted. Wesley Williamson I brought in from Leeds at £70 million. He looks very good, and again, he can play wing back, left back, or centre back, and is English, homegrown player from Leeds United, £70 million. He is elite, very, very good. The next guy I brought in, and you know how I love my names, don't you? I had this guy... Semi-cock. I had this guy on a pre-arranged thing during the season. So he was unhappy. 120 million is a lot of money. But it was pre-arranged when I was talking through to you in the previous season. I just didn't want to show you the pre-arranged transfer. But yeah, this guy's come in to centre midfield. He's not homegrown. I think he's spent all his years out at Galatasaray and then Leipzig for a couple of seasons. But I've now got 4 very good world-class centre midfielders, which I'll show you when I go through the squad. And then I've got an absolute steal. This team, Rotherham, were relegated, and this guy had a relegation release clause of £550,000. And when I'm looking, and I was searching homegrown players and looking through, and this guy popped up as a right back, and I thought, I'll have a quick look at him and see what we can do. Pace and acceleration 20. I mean, this guy is going to be rapid, absolutely rapid, and the rest of his attributes are really, really good. And so his teamwork, positioning, work rate, tackling's 18, passing 16. I have absolutely no idea what he was doing at Rotherham. Started at Sunderland, went to Darlington for free. Coventry bought him for 1.8 thousand, where he's done all right. Rotherham bought him for 77,000, and they got up into the Sky Bet Championship. And then they got relegated back down to League One. And this guy's, the scouts are recommending this guy like 5 stars. And I'm like, alright, okay, let's have a look at him. And then I'm looking at his attributes and I'm thinking, I've never seen anyone with pace and acceleration, 20 on both. So let's try him. So yeah, relegation release clause, 550,000. And he's now worth between 62 and 69 million. Oh dear. So that's it for the ins before the season ticked over. I did only sign one person after the season ticked over, which I'll show you in a bit. But we had to make some money. We've spent a lot, as you've seen, so we had to make some. So some players have gone out on loan, some of those younger Belgian players that we had, like Matthew Van Loo, he's gone to Southampton on loan, and we've got quite a bit of money for the loan deal, which is good. Benjamin Lara has left. He's gone to Brighton for 22.5, potentially rising to 26. Alejandro Medina was a centre-back. Barcelona came in for him, 97 million, so he's gone. Wojciech Knobloch has unfortunately left the club. It's been good, wouldn't it, having Knobloch and Semikok in the centre of midfield together. But PSG came in for him, 62 million. Francesco Bayer was the right-back, and the backup right-back, he's gone to Juventus for 31 million. Kane Gallagher, I've let go for 43 million based on what I were able to bring in and what I were able to do with the homegrown quota. Tom Allingham's a guy that came up through the youths. He's gone to Bayer Leverkusen on loan. Valdemir Brune's gone out to Tenerife on loan. And who else did we let go? Oh, they were Tom Allingham and Victor Vladimir Brun were in January. Sorry, so they want June. Must have been more players gone out after the thing ticked over because we did let other players go. So I'll jump into the next season. This is where we got us money back for some of the players that we spent on. So John Jallo's been brought in from Bayer Leverkusen for 1.6 million. He was transfer listed there. He was my goalkeeper at Leverkusen and he's English. So by letting Benjamin Lara go, I've managed to get now 2 backup English keepers to help with that homegrown quota. So other players that we've let go. So we've let Quintano go to Barcelona as well. So they bought 2 of our centre backs. Quintano and Medina are world-class centre-backs, so I'm hoping I don't draw Barcelona in the Champions League and that comes back to haunt me. Ashley McWilliams, he's the guy we brought in for free last season. We've made a massive profit on him. He's gone to Everton for 51 million. Martin Homer is a guy that came up through Liverpool's youth. He broke his leg. So the first season we were here, he was really good for us, but then he broke his leg and was out all last season. Came back right towards the end of the season, but Watford came in 58 million. And I thought, you know what, I know we didn't win anything major last season, but we coped without him, and the players I've been able to bring in, I don't really need him, so he's gone. Watford 58 million. Ericsson Silva was one of the strikers. He's gone to PSG for 122 million. So he was somebody we brought in for free, I think, as well. And so that's a pure profit on him, and that was one of the reasons why we brought Nilsson in. Geronimo Fernandez was out on loan last season. He was the guy that I had at Monterrey, and then I didn't get a chance to use him. Liverpool came and activated his release clause and he went there, and I used him the first season I was here at Liverpool. He was okay, but just not quite good enough, so he's gone. Neil Shaw, it was just too good of a deal to turn down. They came in with 90 something to start with, and I rejected it. Then they came back with 118 with an add-on clause, and I was like, go on then, take it. So he's gone out for a payday out in Saudi Arabia. Luke Collins was somebody I brought in for like 40 something million. West Ham wanted him, so he's gone for a profit. Same with Aaron McGilligan. He was a homegrown player that come up through the youths. Hloznek's gone, 12.5 million. George Guerra's gone to Sevilla for 15 million. It's somebody I never really used. Tom Allingham was the guy that was out on loan last season. He's now gone to Bayer Leverkusen permanently. 33.5 million. Justin Mensah has gone out on loan. Dempsey O'Regan's gone to Wolves for 5.5 million, just a reserve player. So we've spent a lot, but we've made a lot, and I feel like we've got a really exceptional squad now. And if we don't win the league this season, I deserve to be sacked. I would sack me if I was the director of football on the DOF save that I've got going. So this is now the squad. So in terms of goalkeepers, Foreman is still as number 1, but we've got John Jallows, an absolute world-class goalkeeper, as backup, and is English. And then we've got Michael Mallier, another English goalkeeper, young English goalkeeper that, is okay. He's not a bad goalkeeper, but he's his third choice. In terms of centre-backs now, we've got Texera, Pradera, Wesley Williamson, and I've promoted Gregor Wilder from the under-21s. He looks very, very good. and is just as fourth choice centre back. So, you know, Teixeira and Pradera will probably be as starters, and then Wesley Williamson will come in when he needs to come in, and Gregor Wilder will be there in case we're short. Right backs are Padilla still here, but he's getting on a bit now, and Sebastian Chan, the guy we brought in from Rotherham. Left backs, Zadanov is starting left back, and then again a promote from the under 21s, Desi McGowan, to come in and just deputise there for us. And then the centre midfielders, this is our best positions. They are absolute quality, all four of them. So we've got Semi Koch, Feliciano Labordas, who, you know, we brought in for free last season as well. He's another world-class centre midfielder. And then I think the two guys I'm going to start with, Neymar Buck and Jadon Shalstrate, you know, they're both absolute world-class centre midfielders. You just cannot get much better than that. And then to have Semi and Labordas as backups is just, it's incredible. And then left-hand side, if you remember, we play with three strikers and a left winger. So left-hand side, we've now got Cabarrou and Marin to compete for that position. Both extremely good players. And then the six striker people we've got to cover three positions. We've got Hurtado, Randy Roma, Reinhold, Poulsen, Nielsen, and the young kid we promoted last season, Remy Muracal. So, you know, we've got a few youth players in there that we've promoted in, which is probably some of the areas we might struggle in if key players get injured. So if like Zadanov gets injured or a couple of centre backs get injured for long term, you know, we might have to rely on some of those youth players. But they all look very good. You know, I'm not worried about throwing them in, and I'll probably play them in some of the lesser important games that we've got, and certainly give them minutes if we're comfortably winning games. I'll bring them on. So homegrown quota's great. Some of these players like Reinhold and Poulsen do qualify for homegrown status, but not well towards the end of the season, so that's not going to really make much of a difference for us. But yeah, this is one of the best squads I have ever been able to put together on FM23 or FM24. It is absolutely fabulous, and I'm really pleased with what we've been able to do. And there should just be no excuses now. And if you look at, you know, what we've done so far in the Premier League, 2-0, all right, 3-2 against Aston Villa's pretty close, 5-0, 6-0, you know, 2-0 away at Manchester City, first game of the season. We beat Newcastle 3-0 in the Community Shield, who won the league last season. So I'm confident with this. I'm confident we will go and do what we need to do this season. It's just whether the game lets us do it, because it has a funny way of creating problems for us, doesn't it? But let's see. I'll jump forward to January, and we'll see what we've done in the first half of the season. Yeah, I mean, we're cruising. We've won 19 out of 21. Yes, we've lost 2, but look how many goals we've scored and conceded. We are flying. The 2 defeats came away at Villa and Arsenal. Villa seem to be a bit of a bogey team for us, don't they? We only just beat them at home 3-2, and they spanked us 3-0 at their place. Arsenal beat us 4-2. I mean, neither of them are challenging, and I think we've still got to go to some of these teams. I mean, look at that result against Manchester City. Beat them 9-0. 9-0. Southampton away 4-0, Watford 4-1, 2-0 away at Brighton, 3-1 at home to Portsmouth, 4-1 away to West Ham, 5-1 at home to Man United, beat Everton 2-1 away, beat Newcastle 2-0, Chelsea 4-0. So we have got to go away to the bigger clubs. So, you know, there's a chance that Newcastle and Man United could make up some points on us if we drop them away at Newcastle, away at Man United, away at Chelsea, because we've only played them at home, haven't we, yet? If we're still to go to Manchester City, I'm sure they'll want revenge for that 9-0 demolition. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way things are going. Weirdly, we've not drawn a game, but you know, we're 9 points clear there at the top with a significantly higher goal difference. So when it comes to the Carabao Cup, we're through to the semi-finals, which will play the champions, Newcastle. We beat Arsenal 5-2 in the third round, beat Sunderland, albeit difficultly, 3-2 away, and then we've absolutely spanked Chelsea 7-0 at home. Poulsen getting a hat-trick and Reinhold getting a hat-trick. Lay Sambo getting an own goal. So, did we have him at some point somewhere? That name rings a bell. I feel like we coached him at one of his former clubs somewhere. So we're through to the semi-finals against Newcastle. So things are going well in that competition. FA Cup's not started yet, obviously, but the Champions League has. We've still got 2 games to play, which are both games we should be winning. And it's gone okay. Good result to kick it off with in Spain. Beat Ajax comfortably, spanked Olympiacos. Beat PSG at home 4-0 quite comfortably. Drew with Estrella Amatoro, which was a strange result. And lost away at Rennes. And Rennes are very, very good. We struggle. I know we've beaten PSG 4-0 there, but we seem to be struggling against the French teams. And Rennes seemed to have a very good side on this save. I think it was Nice, wasn't it, that knocked us out of the Champions League last season. So, yeah, we seem to struggle against the French for some reason. But we should win these 2 games comfortably, and we're already sat in the top 8 to go straight through to the round of 16. As you can see there, Rennes are in 3rd, Lille are in 6th, PSG are in 9th. And who was the team that knocked us out last season? Nice must not be in it. I can't see them anywhere unless I'm missing the obvious. But I don't seem to be able to see them. No, they're not there, fortunately. It's just Rennes that we have to worry about this season. This is a squad sort of by average rating, and you can probably see that from the start of the season to now, how some of these have changed. So if you remember, Chan was a 3-star player at the start of the season, the guy we bought for £550,000 from Rotherham after they got relegated from the Championship to League One, and we picked this kid up. He's doing exceptionally well in the formation that we're using. 12 assists and 4 goals in just 15 starts. Kabiru was a lot of money, and I wasn't 100% sure about this, but he's been great, because we had Marin, and I wasn't sure that Kabiru was an upgrade. He was just somebody that could compete with Marin, but he is definitely an upgrade. He's far better than Marin, and Marin was brilliant as well. I mean, look down here. Marin's got 13 goal contributions in 8 starts, 15 substitute appearances. So things are going really well. Nielsen's got 11 in 18, which is good. Reinhold's 14 in 16. He's kicked on a gear this season. So he seemed to struggle a little bit last season, didn't he? But he's kicked on a bit. Hurtado's been playing on the right-hand side of the front 3 mainly, which is the DLF role. So that's why he's not scored as many goals as the others. Poulsen's got 17 in 24, which is great. Chalstrate, 7.37 average rating. I mean, look at the average ratings. It's just... yeah, I couldn't ask for better. Foreman's doing really well in the goal. He's now 5-star. Zadanov still going really well. Neymar Buck's down here, but he's also now up to 5-star. I mean, the team is just... it's like Galacticos, isn't it? I'm like creating a Galacticos team for Liverpool, really. And some of it's been development. You know, you look at the kids down near the bottom, like Reinhold and Poulsen, which were brought in, you know, cheaply as 18-year-olds. You know, you expose them to the first team here and there. I think one of them went out on loan for a 6-month period as well. And this season they've just come in, 21 years old now, ready for it. You know, and they've proved just how good they are. So yeah, things are going well. Did we do any business in January? Not that we really needed to, but I will jump forward and show you if we did or we didn't. Well, the answer is no, we didn't do any business. Like I said, we have a fabulous squad. A couple of players are unhappy. Desi McGowan wants a new deal due to first international appearances. He got called up to the England squad, which is good. So yeah, so we'll give him a new deal. I mean, he's done really well, to be fair. He's ended up getting 12 starts, 6 assists and 1 goal and a 7.31 average rating. So he's done really well. Likes of Remy Martial, 17 years old. You know, he's got 14 goal contributions and 17 starts as well. Who was the other one? Gregor Wilder's made 9 starts, 6 sub appearances. Not done as well as the others, but he's doing all right. I'm pleased with the young English players that have come up from the under-21s and integrated into the first team. They've done well when called upon, so I'm pleased with how that's gone. But yeah, no transfers to talk about, so I'll literally jump forward to the end of the season and we'll see what we did in the second half. Yes, we absolutely dominated it. Won 32 out of 38, finished 14 points ahead of Manchester City, team we beat 9-0 in the league, by the way. Scored 141 goals and conceded just 36. So we conceded less than a goal a game, which is good. We did end up losing 5. We only drew 1. And I think that draw came on the last game of the season, which was at home to Southampton, which was a strange one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the last game of the season. And then the 5 games that we lost were the away games against some of the bigger clubs. So when I showed you last time, we'd already lost to Arsenal and Aston Villa, but then we lost away at Newcastle, Manchester United and Chelsea, which are 3 big-ish clubs. We did go to Manchester City and win, which was pleasing. But yeah, we're, like I said, it's a team of Galacticos. I've managed to put together an extremely good side, and I suppose it took me 2 years to do that, and the third season was pretty dominant from a domestic league point of view. But how did we do in the domestic cups? Well, the FA Cup started out okay. We beat Leeds 10-3 in the third round. I mean, this tactic that we've got with these 3 up front and the left wingers, it's literally just 4 up front, innit? And just go for it, 4-2-4. And we've scored a hell of a lot of goals by playing this. And Shalstrati from centre midfield got a hat-trick, albeit 2 were from the penalty spot. But yeah, so we beat Leeds 10-3, which was a great game. We beat Norwich 5-0, we beat Man United 6-2, all home games. We got Preston in the quarter-final, which we beat 5-0. But unfortunately, we just didn't turn up at all against Aston Villa, who are our bogey team, aren't they? We've only just beat them at home in the league, and we lost away in the League 2, and we've lost at Wembley in the semi-final. But yeah, we just, we didn't turn up. A couple of younger players were playing there. Remy Martial, Marin was playing rather than... Oh, Marin must have come on, sorry, Cabarrou did start. And Gregor Wilder was playing there, albeit it was one of his better players. But yeah, it was a team that should have won. We did get into a bit of a cluster of games around here due to other priorities, but I will show you now the Carabao Cup. How did we do in that? Well, we went out in the semi-final here as well, and Newcastle beat us home and away. So not only did we lose away, they beat us at our ground as well, beat us 3-2. We had, again, a good side out. Shalstrati and Buck in the centre of midfield, Cabarrous on the left. We've got his first choice defence and goalkeeper in. Poulsen, okay, Martial started, and Nielsen, but yeah, they shouldn't be beating us at home. But it is what it is, isn't it? We've dominated the league, but unfortunately the domestic cups were a little bit beyond us in our final season at Liverpool and in our Journeyman Series. So league title is in the bag. Champions League was the one that we wanted though, wasn't it? So how have we done in the Champions League? Well, we were pretty dominant throughout. But I don't know what happened here. I know Neymar Buck sent off, but we were already 2-1 down. So I was a little bit disappointed with that, because that's a game we should have gone and won. Unfortunately, I didn't get drawn against any French sides after we got through to the knockout stages. So Benfica was a good result, I feel. Milan was even better, 10-0 on aggregate. Barcelona then I'm thinking was going to be a bit tricky. If you remember, sold me 2 centre-backs, world-class centre-backs to Barcelona. And I said to you at the start of this video, I hope I don't draw them in the Champions League. But we got a good 1-0 win at home. And then we went to the new camp and we were 1-0 up at half-time. They got an equaliser towards the end, but it was never really in doubt. I was always pretty comfortable in the game. Then I got my old club, Bayer Leverkusen. in the next round, which was a comfortable 2-0 away win to start with. And then I always felt we'd get that over the line with the home leg, and again we beat them 2-0, albeit the goals came a little bit later in the game. So we're through to the final, where we play Newcastle, surprisingly, of all teams. They beat Real Madrid, I think, in the other semi-final. So we're playing against Newcastle, who pipped us to the title last season. They've knocked us out of the Carabao Cup because they beat us home and away this season. And although we've beaten them at home in the league, we lost away. So I'm glad it's not Aston Villa, because I think that would be more of a struggle for us. But Newcastle is a difficult one for us to play against. So yeah, we're going to play as the live com, and we'll see how we get on. Liverpool v Newcastle, all English Champions League final. This will be our last game in football management. Unless maybe we'll go be the director of football at Persicat Tegal. That sounds better, doesn't it? We're going to retire from management and go be the DOF at Persicat Tegal. Moving back to Indonesia, the club that gave us our first start. Maybe we'll buy it. Maybe we've bought enough money to go buy the club and be the chairman of it. That sounds good as well. Be the chairman and the director of football. We'll employ somebody to be the chairman and we'll be the director of football. So yeah, so we're going to play this as a live com. It's at the Johan Cruyff Arena. And yeah, fingers crossed it will be a positive outcome. Let's go see. Okay, we are here. We have a full strength side out, and I'm hoping we can go out with a bang rather than a whimper. So our last game in football management. Let go. Champions League music still playing in the background while the game starts. Isn't it? Look, out to Zadanoff. Got lots of space out here. Whips it in, and then we are 1-0 up. That is a great finish. And it's an own goal, actually. I thought a striker had got in on it. I thought Nilsson had nicked in front of the defender, but looks like it is Schmidt that's put it into his own goal. We're on the attack here again. Nilsson this time. Chan's got the ball. Crosses it in. Reinhold can't put the finish in. Newcastle get it away. It's a good start for us though. We've looked pretty dominant in attack. Oh, nick it back off him. Good pressing. This is very good pressing. That's it. We've pressed them into a mistake. Now we smash them. Come on, Chan. Good ball across. Oh, it's at the bar. Took a deflection, I think. Sarah. Chan. Out with it a little bit there. A bit too close. Hook plays it through to Nilsson. And he sends Carton the wrong way. It's 2-0, but it's getting reviewed. It didn't look offside. He's awarded. It stands. We are 2-0 up. What a fantastic start. Okay, Newcastle are coming back here now. Played the ball in, but it's gone straight through to Foreman. Gonna think about what to do with it. Gonna go long. Oh, it's gone over, and Reinhold gets onto it. Nilsson's through again. He's put it wide this time. Close, but no cigar. I'm happy with how things are going though. Happy with how they're going. Why wouldn't be? 2-0 up. They've not really had any chances. It's been pretty much all us. Olsen's got it. Texera could have gone out wide, but he cuts back inside. Shalstrate. Zadanov. Rodera plays it across. This is nice. Just keeping the ball, playing it about, getting everyone involved. Look, does a good turn. Chan's now got it, but he's lost it to Hassa. That's a good defender. Shalstrati gets it back though. This highlight's going on a long time. Somebody's going to end up with a clear-cut chance at the end of this, I think, given how long the highlight's going on. And I'm hoping it's not Newcastle, who... Was that saved? Yeah, I think it's going out for a corner. Seemed a little bit strange that they had the shot from there, but... Still on. Cleared away now, though. And it looks like we're going to get through to half time. I've spoke too soon. Has he given him a penalty? What was that for? Penalty? I was just about to say, it looks like we're going to get through to half time with the 2-goal lead. But for some reason, the refs decided to give them a penalty. Oh, Big George Foreman. What a lad. What an absolute lad. I know his name's not George, it's Jan Philippe, but I'm calling him Big George Foreman. It has been pretty close. I mean, we've dominated the possession, but in terms of shots, you know, they've matched us really. So I've just told them to go out there and prove that they are winners, and it was a big turning point, I think, that penalty miss. I think if they'd have scored that, it would have fired them up for the second half. It would have changed how the second half played out, because they've not scored it. Big J Foreman. Alright, let's make some substitutions. Let's have a look at what we can do here, because Poulsen's not having the best of games, so we'll bring Hurtado on. We've got a book in here with Cabiru, so I'm going to bring Marine on. Don't want to risk anything there. Chan's also booked, so we'll bring Padilla on. So yeah, pleased with those 3 changes. We've got strength in depth. So yeah, we should be good. Still comfortable. 10 minutes to go. And we're on the attack again here. Marine this time plays it across to Padilla. The 2 subs. Book through to Reinhold, and it is 3. It could be offside, but it was some nice play. 2 substitutes there included in it, and Reinhold, I think he might have just pulled off rather than being in an offside position. And I'm right, he scores the goal. It's 3-0, and what a performance. Shalstrati there again, just winning the ball back. What an exceptional player he is. A lot of money. Absolute lot of money, but well worth every penny. Nielsen. Out to Padilla. Plays it back across to Buck. Buck's driving forward. Back to Padilla, who's turned in nice. Cross comes in. Reinhold, not quite sure what you're doing, love. Shalstrati. Oh! What a strike, what a good save from his international colleague, Carton. Padilla's taking the corner this time. We'll whip it in. Buck. Oh. Shalstrati on the ball, dominating the game. Cross comes in with his right foot. Marine's got the ball, the highlight is over, but we're coming back again pretty quickly. Zadanov. The Shalstrati. Marine is through. And, oh, he's missed. Padilla's got a second chance, and it's a great save from Carton. It should have been 4. Padilla. Corner comes in. It's going to get cleared away pretty easily. But we are nearing the end. 4-minute stoppage time. We are Champions League winners with Liverpool in our last ever game in Football Manager on this Journeyman Series. And for the 5th time in my career, I have lifted a major continental trophy. It's been an incredible journey. I've loved every minute of this Journeyman series, and I kind of wish I'd have been able to do it for longer and more consistently, because we started out with like 2 or 3 videos a week with this series, and then we dropped off to like 1 video a week, and we had some periods where I couldn't get any videos out over Christmas or when I was away. So yeah, I've loved it, and I think this has to be it for the Journeyman for FM24, and FM25 is going to be a completely different game, isn't it? It's not going to be the same as FM24 or current versions of FM. The most recent versions of FM. Gerard Hale's true Liverpool legend. Liverpool fans sang Bobbybarks' name as the manager inspired their team to lift the UEFA Champions League. Liverpool board happy with Champions League win, book on form, all that money's coming in, bankrolling that expansion to the stadium. We've got grey hair now, look. We've been on 105,000 with 62. Contract runs out at the end of the month, or at the end of the season, in a month's time. The stats are pretty impressive based on where we started. Known for leading teams to title wins. I like that. Look at the languages we speak. English, Dutch, Portuguese, German, Indonesian, Spanish, Chinese, Italian and Korean. That's an incredible range of languages there, isn't it? But I'm a little bit disappointed with this, with the job history, because it's not included everything. I don't know what happened somewhere. There must have been a glitch in the save somewhere where it stopped recording what we'd done and then started again. So obviously it only starts here from Orlando Pirates, but we all know full well that we started way before that. And if you look at the biography, it starts with Orlando Pirates in here somewhere as well. So a bit disappointed that it doesn't include everything, but if we go to the manager timeline, I'm pretty sure it does. So let's go right back to the start. Yeah. 22-23 when we became the manager of Persicat. Undefeated in the league. League 1 triumph. Oh, some of these players. Fadilia, do you remember Fadilia? My God. Oh, he retired. I thought we were going to still be going somewhere. 100th match as manager with Persicats, convincing 6-2 Asian Confederations Cup zone group win. Won 11 matches in a row. We set records, didn't we? Set records at Persicat. CZ Mighty Lions then, that's when we left Persicat. Went to CZ Mighty Lions. We avoided relegation in that first season. And then we took them on, didn't we, to win the Chinese Super League. CZ Mighty Lions were crowned Chinese Super League champions. And then we went on to Korea, didn't we? We went on to Gang Won, which were one of my favourite clubs in this save, playing out in South Korea. I quite enjoyed that league and that club. So I'll always hold them a little bit dear to my heart. And then, was it Monterey that we went to after Gang Won? Can't remember. Yeah, Monterey. Geronimo Fernandez there joined Liverpool in a club record £8.75 million sale. As soon as we arrived, it was the first thing. We arrived 16th of June and gone on the 1st of July. And ironically, part of the Liverpool squad that won the league the first season I was here. So yeah, and then we did everything we needed to do at Monterey, didn't we? And then after Monterey, was that when we went to Napoli? No, we went to Orlando Pirates first. We went to Orlando Pirates, did the business in South Africa. I hated that. I mean, towards the end of it, I quite liked South Africa. I felt like we were getting somewhere with the club. But that first season in South Africa just felt horrific. I absolutely hated it. And then that's when we went to Napoli, wasn't it? So we did great at Napoli, but I kind of run up a massive debt, didn't I? If you remember, there were like hundreds of millions of pounds in debt, and I'd signed this guy. I'd kind of done everything I could to sign this guy, and he was fabulous for us, but the club was in an absolute mess. So as soon as I won the Italian league, I was like, right, we're getting out of here. And that's when we went to Sao Paulo. Because as soon as I saw a job come up in South America, anything that was interesting, I jumped ship from Napoli. So yeah, loved my time there at Napoli. That was great. And then at Sao Paulo, loved my time at Sao Paulo. Potato, 17 goals in 2037 there for Sao Paulo. Took him with me to the next two clubs after this, didn't I? So, and then we left Sao Paulo and went to Leverkusen, where we won the German Bundesliga just in one season. So then we went to Liverpool, and the rest, as they say, is history. So yeah, world-class 5-star manager. Really, really happy with how things went. Yeah, it's just a shame we don't have everything listed on here. So this is the overview. So we managed 9 different clubs, 1 international job. Longest time at a club was 1,070 days. Shortest time at a club, 364 days. That would have either been Leverkusen or Napoli, because we only stopped 1 season at both. Highest fee spent, 223 million for Schallstraate. Transfer value. Players bought 283 for 2.46 billion. That's how much money we've spent. But we sold 63 players for 2.83 billion. So we actually, throughout our career, we didn't overspend. We made more than we spent. How good's that? Paid 70 million to agents though, Jesus. And released 15 players. Don't count youth intake players that you don't sign, does it? So yeah, overall career stats, we played over 1,000 games, won 812, drew 159, lost 113, scored 2,807 goals, conceded 920. Won 29 cups and 18 leagues, 1 promotion, which was the first team, wasn't it? Persikat, that we got up from Indonesian League 2 to Indonesian League 1. Never went to a club outside the top division after that. Highest fee received, 152 million for Ilan Brosh. How did he get on in his season at Real Madrid? I mean, look at him. Why did I sell him? Just unbelievable player. He did all right, didn't he? Scored 9 in 13 in his first season and 15 in 30 in his second. So, that is it. Thank you very much for all of you that have stuck with me throughout this series. Really appreciate your view. If you've liked the series or even this particular video, please hit the like button. It helps get the video out there, helps get the channel out there for other people that might be interested in FM content. Leave a comment, tell me what you think of this series, particularly those of you that have been here from the start and watched it, this incredible career unfold from Indonesia to the Premier League. But yeah, thanks very much. It means a lot to me, and I hope you tune in to future FM series and the other 2 that we've currently got going on, which is Director of Football, save as Manchester United, and the Crystal Palace Rebuild as English-only players. Again, really appreciate it. Have a great day, stay safe, and bye for now.